she's going to take it home for us, isn't she? Oh, I love it. I love it. Kia ora and welcome back. My name's ZoeStibi, your vocal coach for today. In today's video, we're going to do it. We're going to take a look at Hyang with Oh Holy Night. Are you ready for it? Because I took a look at Celine Dion and David Phelps singing exactly the same song. It's one of my favorite Christmas songs, so you're just going to have to sit through it. Check out links in the description below for my other analyses, but are you ready, Hyang? I'm so excited because she's such an incredible singer.
과연 강황들의 분위기에 이 노래가 어떻게 스며들지 기대가 됩니다.
왠지 연말 분위기가 잘 맞기 때문에 더 많은 점수를 받지 않을까.
내일이면 이제 크리스마스 이브니까요.
그렇죠, 그렇죠. 예.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of my dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world, the scene and narrow pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn.
No, we're going to stop it there. We're going to stop it there. We're going to stop it there. Oh my goodness me. This is a holy night. Now this sounds really high when she's singing it, but it's not actually that high. It's sitting around that E4 above middle C, which is relatively in the middle of the chest voice range. Now it sounds brighter though. This is something that often happens with singers. We sort of hear them and go, oh, that's actually much higher than I expected. Lady Gaga, for example, she sings way higher than you think. And that's due to the size of the larynx, but also the position of the larynx. So a higher set larynx is going to sound brighter. A lower set larynx is going to sound darker. Let's just go back on this though. And because I felt like I just didn't really listen at the beginning of this. It's just so different. I wasn't expecting it. Where does she?
Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of my dear Savior's birth.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. But the stars are brightly shining. And she's using that sh in order to bring in a little bit of that opening, the vocal folds open and close from the back. Shining. Again, to just warm up the sound a little bit. And then, so good. It's just, we're going to ramp up for this. I don't know if you can call it the chorus, but oh night divine is, I suppose, the chorus of the song.
Long lay the world, the scene and narrow pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth.
So she's doing a until he appeared, and going from that thicker vocal fold into that breathy sound, and then because she's laying till his soul is worth. A little bit more of that cry going on there, and that's bringing the vocal folds together to create more of that intense sound. And again, this build in the song, and when you're singing those sorts of notes, you get that like that moan, that deep, deep anguishy cry that we're getting out of the song. And you kind of almost can't sing it like that.
A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. On your knees, or hear angels' voices, a night divine, oh night when Christ was born, oh night divine, oh night, oh night, oh
Oh, she's going to take it home for us, isn't she? Oh, I love it. I love it. Thought it was a bit plain Jane at the beginning of the song, but now I'm now getting into it. So you go, night, oh, night, E5. I mean, that's relatively high within the belt range, but we know that a singer like Hyang, this is, once you're a belter, like you can just belt all the way up there. So I know people are like, oh my goodness me, they can belt to ABC note. Honestly, once you get into it, it doesn't really matter. Like the sky's the limit. I'm sure she could belt up to a high C. Most people that once you get in the lane of belting, it's like hard to get out of it. So you can just belt the shit out of, the whole way up there. It just sounds good. That's the really cool thing about it. You can see this opening of the mouth going on here. Lovely trumpet shape, really helping with the belt technique. But check out my masterclass available in the description below, all about belting. And I really just want us to have a little bit of a look at here. She goes, lovely. I don't know what she actually just sang, but she went up high for the night. And you got this lovely high tongue position. Let's just watch this. As she's ramping up to this belt, again, instead of going from this more closed mouth voice shape, instead of going for this more closed mouth shape, we're going into more of these open. And again, this is what I'm talking about, this trumpet shape for belt. Where am I pushing play? Goodness me.
and the soul felt its worth.
She's bringing the mouth forward.
A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices.
You can, oh, weary world rejoices. She's staying, I just sang a little bit more classically, but she's staying very much in this head voice sound lower down in her range, where she probably would usually switch into a bit more of a mix.
For yonder breaks
Still in that head voice.
a new and glorious morn.
So if you're someone that really struggles with yonder breaks a new and glorious morn, if you're someone that struggles to change back down into that chest voice, then I want you to stay tuned, because I'm gonna share with you a way that you can help. She does this exactly in her song as well. Look at that mouth shape.
On your knees,
It's perfect. Closed.
angels' voices.
More open for that mouth. Mouth shape. the nose there as well. She started to like jam it out a little bit more. Her body language changed, a little bit more of a wide gesture. This is a really great way for you to anchor through the back and the head and the neck. You're seeing more work going on. Oh, no! She's lifting her arms like this. I mean, she's not doing a hell of a lot. Look, this is easy for her, I'm sure, but only because she's put in the work beforehand. That's why it's easy for her, not because it was always easy.
Long lay the world, the
Watch this mouth shape's change completely.
till he appeared, and the soul found its worth. A thrill of the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. On your knees, oh
Oh, I'm sorry. We have to swap it there. You could really hear when Christ was born. You know, she goes down. She's staying in that more of that head voice quality rather than bulking up the vocal folds. When you're like belt, you've got to release the pressure at some point. So you're going to go, oh, and you're going to let everything kind of calm down a little bit so that you can go back up again. You see there's a lot more energy going on in the body for her there. You can see there as well, she's really engaging far more in the body as she's going into this more belty or this more sort of energetic part of the song. Again, the mouth shape has gone a lot wider. You don't necessarily have to open quite as wide, but everybody is different. So there's not one rule for everybody. But in terms of the formant, which for belting, we want the second formant to be over the first formant, we have to open up into more of an open vowel. And just watch this tongue position as well. Oh, let's go back on that.
정말 소영 씨 노래 들으니까 오늘이
What a
마치
beautiful
크리스마스 날 같네요.
Sorry, but I don't like you know, points or whatever. I think it's a bit arbitrary when it comes to singing. I don't like singing competitions. I don't think they're very helpful. I don't think one singer is necessarily like better than the other in terms of, you know, there is obviously a skill level difference, but once you get up to her level and the people on the show, there's not really better. It's like, it's so subjective, and I just don't like that sort of stuff. And this is coming from someone who did a lot of vocal competitions, yeah, because I thought that it was like a sign of how good you are, but it's really not. But anyway, whoa, she's way up there on the A6. Now this is, as I said, once you're someone who can belt and like, you know how to belt and you can kind of like fit yourself onto, I always think about like belting for me is like getting on the train tracks, and once you're on, you're just like, yeah, I could just fly. Getting up there though is really a matter of using a bit more twang than and then allowing the vocal folds to thicken up, because you have to allow them to thin as you go higher in the range. So you're not taking the and taking that full weight of the larynx up there. I want you to think about reducing the volume and adding more twang and more cry. Divine night. And then when you come back down again, that's what's going to kind of signal to our ears that you're like, oh, you're still belting. But up there, it's still a twangy, it's a slightly more like a thinner sound than that. I mean, it is a belt, but it is a slightly thinner sound than the lower notes. Okay, it's really, really important when you're belting to thin a little bit. You saw there as well, she was like really working in the back. Now, this is just such fabulous work from Hyang. We know that she's a voice teacher. I know that she's a fantastic singer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, you can really clearly see the work that's going on in this back, the more energy going into the sound. And that's what I find singers often overlook is the amount of energy that's needed in order to sing this type of stuff. We need to love it. We need to like be there the whole time. And it's really like you're crying on pitch. But let me know what your favorite Hyang performances down in the comments. I'd love to see live performances only, please, because I'm having a look for 2024 links. Oh my goodness me, this is just the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful performance. But if you've enjoyed this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button so that we can geek out together about vocal technique every single week. And it helps me to help more people like yourself with their vocal technique. If you want some help though with breathing for belt, then check out my video up here, or I've got another reaction to Hyang over here. Have an awesome rest today. Happy singing. Ka kite anō.